Yeah, okay. So skewed to the right siya, no? Okay. So you see ano natin, si data natin, si weekly ad expense, negative yung skewness niya. Okay? So this data is skewed to the right. Ibig sabihin mas thinner yung tail dito sa sa kanan. Kasi yung concentration ng data hinihila dito sa pakaliwa, no? On the other hand, si weekly sales naman baliktad. Since the skewness was shown to be positive, then this is skewed on the other hand to the left. Kasi opposite to ng sinabi ni EJ kanina. Okay, handali pen. Bay natin yung kulay. Blue naman. Okay, so medyo ganito siya ng distribution. Medyo So ito si sales, no? Weekly sales. Okay, ito yung median din natin. This is your median. And if the skewness is positive, ibig sabihin nun, your mean is dito. Okay, may median ba tayo dito? Yan. Take a look at this, guys. Yan, tingnan nyo, ito. Si median natin, 363. Kay weekly sales, ha? Si mean natin, 370. So, when the mean is greater than your median, then the skewness will always be positive. Okay? Ibig sabihin nun, yung data natin, medyo nagko-concentrate siya dito sa bandang kanan. Kaya hinila ng mean. Hinila ng mean yung average na punta dito sa bandang kanan. Mas malaki siya kaysa median. So in this case, your skewness is greater than 0. Then it's called skewed to the ano class?
Left.
Skewed to the left. Okay? Opposite siya, no? Skewed to the left. Ibig sabihin, mas may tails tayo dito. Mas thinner tails yung nasa left natin. Mas malaki yung dito sa kanan. Okay? What's another name, guys, for skewness? It's a measure of what we call it's a measure of the third moment, no? Third moment. Si mean, si standard deviation, si standard deviation at saka si variance, first moment yan. Sulat ko dito, ha? Okay. Konting review lang ng stat nyo to, guys. Hala, nasulatan ko pala to. Mamaya maglalagay tayo dito ng histogram. So si standard deviation and si variance, okay, standard deviation and variance, these are what we call second moment measures. Bakit second moment siya, class? Bakit second moment siya? Second moment kasi, if you take a look at the formula for variance, okay, who can recall the formula for variance, guys? Ano yung formula for variance? Whether it's a population or sample, it's equal to, di ba ang variance natin, ang formula, let's recall this from your stat, it's equal to the deviation, okay, of your x value from the mean, tapos squared siya, no? Divided by n minus 1. Okay, n, if it's this is population, and n minus 1 yung divisor if it's a sample. Nare-recall nyo ba to, class? Medyo nakalimutan na?
Yes po, nare-recall po.
Good. So this is the variance, and the standard deviation is simply the square root of that. Take note how we computed for the variance. Ini-square natin. Okay? If you take a look at the formula for skewness, okay, ang ginagawa dyan, okay, it's a longer formula, pero kinukuha yung cube root niya. That's why it's called the third moment. While yung kurtosis, guys, kurtosis naman, yung formula to get kurtosis is x minus x bar to the fourth power. Of course, may mga kasama pang ibang factors. So that's why kurtosis is a measure of fourth moment to. Okay, so yung mga, some of their differences. Okay. All right. And kurtosis is a measure of what, guys? Si kurtosis, a measure of what?
Shape.
Okay.
Sir,
Yeah, sige. Go ahead. Please introduce yourself.
sir,
Sino to?
Kalu po.
Sino?
Kalub.
Kahit first name na lang.
Kalub.
Oo.
Apol.
Yes?
Paul.
Paul, sige, Paul.
It measures the degree of how heavy the tails are in
Okay.
the given distribution po.
Pwede rin. Yung tails, ano? Kung yung ano ng tails, yung extremities bale. Now, others will say...
extreme values po.
Extremities or extreme values. Others will say shape, no? Kung platycortic ba siya or... Pero hindi siya accurate yung shape, no? It's more a measure of extremities. So let me write that. So yung kurtosis, it's more a measure of extremities, yung extreme values. So what does a negative kurtosis mean? Ano ibig sabihin ng negative kurtosis? Saan yung maraming extreme values? Is it on the positive side, the right end, or the negative end? It's what, guys?
Sir?
Yes?
Sir, I think po, it means na too many cases in both tails.
In both tails, kung negative.
Opo.
Bakit both tails?
Kasi sir, usually pag negative po, it suggests a flat distribution.
Okay, pag flat distribution, ano ibig sabihin nun?
It is platykurtic.
Platykurtic. So may sinasabi silang tatlong shapes yan eh, no? Ano yung mga shapes niya? Sorry kung ako medyo nagkalat na yung notes natin doon. Meron tayong tinatawag na platykurtic, no? Platykurtic. Yan, yung kurtosis natin. Tapos meron yung isang leptokurtic. And then meron yung mesokurtic. Ano yung mga difference sa mga to? Pag platykurtic, guys, concentration of tails, no? Tails dito sa mga ends nila. Pag leptokurtic, guys, flat yung tails niyan, no? Lepto. Medyo flat yung tails niya. Okay? Pag platykurtic, medyo thick tails. Tapos pag mesokurtic, medyo tama lang siya, no? Ito yung mesokurtic ang medyo nag-a-approach ng normal distribution. Okay. Any questions? So, who was the one answering a while ago?
Sir, Kate po.
Kate. Kate. So, ano ibig sabihin ng ano? So, what if that's positive?
It means po na taller distribution.
Okay.
Or as you said, flat po yung tails.
Yeah. Taller distribution. Okay, sorry, baliktad yata yung sinabi ko, no? Kasi pag taller distribution, that's your leptokurtic, right?
Opo.
Leptokurtic yon. So, leptokurtic, so ano ibig sabihin nun kapag positive siya, more on positive yung kurtosis natin. Kapag platykurtic, more on negative. Ibig sabihin, medyo matataba yung mga tails natin. Pag mesokurtic, it's very close to zero. Okay? So, ano lang to guys, medyo konting review ng natin, ng descriptive stat. We're not actually going there so much, but I just want you to review all of these things kasi gagamitin nyo yan, gagamitin pa rin natin yan later on when we when we dig more into regression. Importante na yung mga descriptive statistics, hindi natin ibabaliwala, we don't ignore it kasi they can tell us a lot about the data. No? All right, so how about this standard error? We haven't answered this. Ano yung standard error, guys? What's a standard error?
Sir?
Yes?
EJ po.
EJ, thank you. Sige.
Indicates how close sample mean is from the population mean, sir.
Okay. So it's a measure of how close we are to the population mean. Remember, guys, that this is just a sample, no? This is just a sample. So the standard error, this is actually the standard deviation of the standard deviation. Okay. Bakit, guys? Why is it called the standard deviation of the standard deviation? Kasi di ba may measure tayo ng standard deviation? What's the formula for standard deviation, guys? Formula for
Square
standard
root of
deviation.
variance.
Okay, that's the square root of variance, no? So S. Kailan nga pa na natin ginagamit yung S o yung sigma? S as a standard deviation is used for, ano?
Sample.
Yes, sample to, no? Ito yung population, no? Ito yung sample. And the formula for this is X minus X bar squared over N minus 1 and then square root, no? Yun ang formula ng ano natin, ng sample standard deviation. Yung variance naman, guys, yung population, N lang siya, hindi N minus 1. All right? So we have this standard deviation. So ang ginagawa niyan, guys, yung to compute for the standard error, okay, gagawin na natin yung formula. So I'll just assume that you read into the concepts of the standard error. Okay, so what's the formula now for the standard error, guys? It's now the standard deviation, okay, divided by the square root of your N. Okay, so this is your standard deviation. It's like standardizing your standard deviation. So the lower your standard error is, the closer it is to the population distribution. Okay. So could you kindly verify, guys, if ilagay nyo nga dito, for example, is equal to, could you kindly get the divide this, the standard deviation, by square root of N. Sige, gawin natin. Okay, so this is equal to, okay, let me just write here. Guys, pasensya na, medyo magulo yung yung pag-write ko. I hope nakakasunod naman kayo, no? Are you able to follow, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, anyway,
Yes,
naka-record naman to, no? So if I get the standard deviation, okay, let me increase the, it's equal to the standard deviation, which is the standard deviation of your weekly ads divided by the square root of our N. What's our N? N is the count, 190. Okay. So are we getting the same, guys? Is it 1062.34? Pareho lang ba?
Yes po.
Okay, pareho lang, no? So that's how you get the standard error. So ibig sabihin ng standard error, guys, it's just like the standard deviation of the standard deviation itself of your sample. Ganun din, you'll also get the same for your weekly sales if you get the square root, if you divide this by the square root of your N.
Sir, I have a question. Is it
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
So yung standard error, same units din ba siya ng
Standard error, wait, ha? Kasi if we divide this by, standard deviation kasi is unitless eh. So if you divide this still by N, the count, yeah, oo, parehong din siya. Parehong units. Okay, Aki? Si Aki ba yun?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Sige, thank you. Okay, then, moving, ano naman tong confidence level, guys? Itong 2095.57, di ba? I asked you to research on this. What's this? What's the use of your confidence level? 95%. Ano ibig sabihin yan? And where do we use this? Yes, sige.
The percentage of
Introduce yourself, please.
Gwen po.
Gwen, sige. Thank you, Gwen.
It's a percentage of all possible samples na expected to be included in the group of in the population parameter.
Okay, sige. Tama yung definition, but how do we apply this? Ano ibig sabihin itong 2 o 95.57 na yan? Dito sa data natin.
Sir, I think yung 95% is yung included sa population.
Okay.
Yun yung ini-imply ng 95%. Parang ganun.
Okay. Pero i-apply natin sa data natin yun. Saan natin ma-apply dito yun? Yung 2095.57 yan. Where does this, saan nagre-refer tong confidence level na yan? 95% sure tayo na ano? Na? So it has something to do with what? With what measure here? Confidence level of what? Of your anyone, guys? Ano yung nasa first line, guys?
Confidence level, sir, of the mean po.
Of the mean. Yan. Of the mean. Okay? So ano ibig sabihin yan? So yung
Sir,
mean natin, yeah, sige.
Ay,
Sige, go ahead. Sige.
I'm not sure po, pero
Sige,
I
go.
think
Okay lang.
that yung 209, yung result po sa confidence level is what will, siya po yung magko-construct ng confidence interval.
Okay. That's correct. That's correct. So sige i-ano natin ay nawala yung ano ko. Dali guys, nawala yung ano ko, yung pen. All right. So, discuss lang natin ng mabilisan yung confidence interval. Oops. Dali, nawala. Why is my digital pen not working? Apply. Uh-oh, what happened here? Nawala. Okay guys, sorry medyo nawala yung digital pen ko eh. Wonder what happened here. Give me a minute guys, sorry. Okay, anyway. Sorry, medyo nawala tong digital pen ko. Allah, ang hirap pa naman mag-lecture pag ganun. Okay guys, going back. Kasi ano ba yung ano natin, yung sample mean natin? 40,429.53, right? Ito. Tama ba? Guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yan ang mean natin. Ngayon, ang sinasabi nitong confidence interval, now this is what we call a anong tawag dito guys? May tawag dyan. I'm sure diniscuss nyo dati sa ano niyan, sa stat. Sana gumana. Ayaw. Mataya ayaw gumana. One more time. Sorry, wala talaga. I wonder what happened here. Okay, anyway. Sorry, something happened with my writing pad. Okay guys, yung 40 na to, this is what we call a, may tawag tayo dyan guys, ang tawag dyan point estimate, no? Point estimate lang yan. Okay? It's a 1-point estimate. Kaso nga, medyo hindi siya reliable kasi you're saying that the mean of the sample is 4429. So you're estimating the sample of the mean of the population and you're saying that it's 4429. So hindi siya accurate kasi it's better to give it in the form of an interval, no? So ano yung interval? Ang interval natin ng wala yung ano ko dito. Wala. Ano yung answer dito, guys? Sorry ah. Ano yung confidence level natin sa
Sir, 2095. 2095, sir.
Okay, sorry.
0.57.
2095.57. Okay.
Apo.
Nasira tong ano ko, tong digital writing pad. Okay, so what we do, guys, is subtract 2095.57 from 40 and then add to 40,000. So that becomes now, dito ko lang isusulat ha, is equal to this, I'll fix this, minus this one, hindi rin pala pwedeng i-fix. And then is equal to this one plus this one. Okay, so we have two figures here. Okay, ito 38,333, ito 42,525. Notice, guys, that this is now an interval. Okay, so we're saying that the estimated value of the mean, of the average of the mean, is between 38,333 and 42,525. And we are 95% confident that the value of the average of the population lies between 38,333 and 42,525. Get it, guys? Kuha? So paano natin kinuha itong 38,333? Binawas natin yung 2,000 na yan dito sa 40. Tapos inad din natin siya dito, inad din natin sa 40 yung 2,000 plus. So now you have an interval. Ang interval natin 38,333 hanggang 42,525. Anong ibig sabihin nun? So it is now what? Ano siya, guys? Hindi na siya point estimate. Interval estimate na siya, no? So we're saying that the value of the population mean lies between 38,333 and 42,525. And we're 95% certain of this. We're 95% certain that the average, that the mean of ad expense of the population, guys, is between 38,333 and 42,525. Okay? Clear?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. All right. So, ito, alam naman natin yung range, ano? Yung range is simply the difference between your minimum and your maximum. Okay, the count is your number of observations. So let's go here. Did we finish this last time? I think I gave you the formula and asked you to compute for this one. Na-compute yun na ba? Yung quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3? Okay,
Yes,
for
po,
weekly
sir.
ads and weekly sales. So do we have the same figures, guys? Ano na lang kung may question, kung may magkaiba tayong values. Any questions? Try it one more time. Sana umokay na. Yeah, so sorry I have to make this work, yung digital pen, kasi mas nakakapag-lecture ako kapag ano Ay, nako, wala pa rin. Ayan, okay. Nalaglag pala yung ano. Okay, so any questions, guys, with this one? Okay, so wala. All right, how about IQR? Ano yung IQR, guys? Interquartile range. How do you compute for this? From your stat, guys, dati? How do we compute for IQR?
Quartile
Sir,
3, quartile 1.
Yes, quartile 3 minus quartile 1. No? Okay, ano nga pala ibig sabihin itong quartile 1, yung 29,882.25? What does that mean?
25% of the weekly ads.
Okay. Okay, so if we're going to sort our data, i-arrange natin kunyari, ano, si weekly ads. Tapos ito si quartile 1, ano ibig sabihin nun? And the value is 29,082. It means that 25% of our data is below this value. Okay? Clear, guys? 25% ng data natin is below 29,082 and 75% of our data is above 29,082. So ganun din kay quartile 2, which is 50% of our data is below 39,599 and 50% is above that. On the other hand, this one, 54,000, it means that 75% of our data is below 54,000, and 25% of our data is above. Okay, clear, guys? Same interpretation for weekly sales. So ano tong interquartile range na to? What's this? What does that mean, guys?
sir, is that like yung middle po ba?
Yeah, that's the middle what? Kasi ang quartile 3 daw natin, ano yung quartile 3 natin? 54,069. Okay, so that means, guys, that this is your middle what? Middle 50%, no? Correct. Middle 50%. So ibig sabihin, guys, 50% of our data lies between 29,082 and 54,069. Ando dun yung concentration ng 50% of our data. Okay? So now we can now define our lower whisker, no? And upper whisker. Kailan natin ginagamit to? Now this, guys, is one of the ways by which we can identify yung outliers natin. Okay. Now, please take note that there are several ways to determine your outliers. Itong box and whisker plot, this is just one of them. There are other quote-unquote, let's say, more powerful ways in determining outliers. This is just one of them. So, paano natin dinidetermine, guys, kung may outlier sa data natin? Okay, we have to determine our lower whisker and our upper whisker. So how do we determine your lower whisker? Paano natin determine si lower whisker natin? Guys, formula is from quartile 1, okay? From quartile 1, we subtract 1.5 times IQR. In other words, andito tayo, for example. So this is your quartile 1. Okay, we subtract Kung ano man to guys, 1.5 times IQR. Whatever that value is, that will be your lower whisker. Tapos dito naman sa upper whisker natin, from quartile 3, we add 1.5 times IQR. Okay, these limits now will now make up your, what we call the box and whisker plot. Okay. And any value outside your box and whisker plot may be considered as an outlier. Okay, may be a candidate as for an outlier. Okay, so let's plot guys. Let's use Excel to plot this. Kasi alam na natin yung ano, yung lower whisker natin, ito, negative 83399 yan. So sa tingin nyo guys, meron tayong outlier as far as the left side is concerned. Meron kaya tayong outlier? Kung yung whisker natin, negative 8399, meron kaya, class? Negative 8399 to. Okay, tapos ito, 91551. So ito yung sa weekly ano natin, weekly odds natin, no? Our weekly odds. Ang lower whisker natin, negative 8399, higher whisker natin, upper whisker natin, 91551. Sa tingin niyo meron tayo guys sa ano sa may outlier tayo dito?
Sir, parang
Yes. Bakit? Bakit wala?
kasi negative expense.
Oo, negative odds. Wala naman tayong negative expense, no? So let's see guys, tingnan natin ha. Andi dito guys, so tingnan nyo. Minimum, maximum. Ano yung minimum ng odds natin? 14,591. Oh, definitely it's within, it's inside, no? It's inside yung box and whisker plot natin. Andi dito lang si 14. Tapos maximum niya, what's the maximum value of weekly odds, guys?
64, sir.
64,717, no?
Within pa.
O within siya. So we don't expect, guys, we don't expect outliers using box and whisker plot. No? Okay, kita, guys? Any questions? So pag na-determine na natin yung lower whisker at saka upper whisker, and then using the descriptive statistics, alam natin yung minimum and maximum. Alam natin na wala tayong quote-unquote outlier using the box and whisker plot. No? So graphically, pwede natin gawin yan, guys. So graphically, sige, gawin natin. No? I-highlight natin si weekly odds. Control Shift down arrow. Highlight natin siya, guys. Highlight. And then we can insert now, insert. Okay, sa plots, guys, let's use recommended charts. Recommended charts. And then all charts. So meron ditong box and whisker. Dati walang box and whisker si Excel. Linagyan na nga box and whisker. Okay. All right. So this is the box and whisker for ano? This is the box and whisker, guys, for. So lagyan natin ng label, chart. Lagyan natin yan. Pag clinic ko yun, let's see. Ayaw. Dapat pwede yan eh. So type ko na lang. Dito sa formula bar, a box for a weekly odds. adjust now. Okay. Did you get it, guys? Guys, feedback please. Kung nakuha nyo.
Yes, sir.
Yes po, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes po, sir.
So tingnan natin guys, ha? Ano to? Ano tong line na to? What is this line? Itong top line na to, that's your
Maximum, sir.
maximum. Maximum ba yun? Ano to guys? This is your, sulatan ko lang.
Upper whisker po ba yun?
Sorry, ano siya?
Upper whisker po ba yun?
Whisker? Hindi pa. Ito yung upper whisker, no? So this is your upper whisker. This is your upper whisker. Oops, nawala. This on the other hand is your, what's that guys? That's your quartile 3. This is your quartile 1. This is your what?
Median, sir.
That's your median. Oo, tama, no? That's your median. Okay, or what? Or quartile 2, no? That's your quartile 2. So the box and whisker plot is a good graphic depiction of your, this is your, ano to guys? This is your, ito yung upper whisker natin, no? Upper whisker.
Sir, question.
Yes, sige.
Bakit yung upper whisker between 60 and 70,000, pero dun sa ginawa natin, nakalagay dito, upper whisker is 91,000.
Wait, ha? Oo nga, ano. May mali ba ako sa pag-compute? Yeah, you're correct.
Sir, I think that's the maximum kasi 64,000 yung maximum.
Wait. Ang pag-depict pala ni, okay. Okay, my apologies. Aki, ikaw yan, Aki?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Aki, thank you, ha? So, tama, you're correct. Ang pino-point out mo dito, yung depiction dito ni Excel, ito yung maximum. Okay, ito yung maximum, guys. Okay, kasi sa ibang software, I'm sorry, I apologize, no? Okay, mali ito, guys, ha? This should be the maximum. You're correct, Aki. Thank you so much for pointing that out. Maximum is 64,717. The minimum is 14,591. Yeah. Okay. Ang pag-depict ni Excel ng box and whisker plot is not the upper whisker, but rather the maximum, no? And the minimum. Kasi yung iba, guys, ang ipapakita nila yung upper whisker. Okay. Sige, that's correct, no? So let me correct this. I'll erase this. No? So this is not the upper whisker. This is not the lower. So hindi siya upper whisker. As Aki pointed out, thank you, Aki, for pointing that out. This is your maximum to, and this is your minimum. Okay, tama. Okay, so any questions, guys? Any questions? So napakita natin, guys. Yes, okay, thank you. We were able to show, guys, that one way to determine if there are outliers in our data is by using the box and whisker plot. Now, why is it important, guys, to determine kung may outliers? Later on, guys, when we go to data science per se already, we're going to redefine what an outlier is. Kasi merong outlier na influential at saka may outlier na leverage. Okay, saka na yun, guys. Pero mas delikado, guys, yung influential data points. Okay, influential data points kasi they can affect greatly our model. So suffice it to say, guys, that just be aware that pag nag-aano tayo, nag-analyze tayo, kailangan ma-determine natin kung merong outlier. Okay? And then later on, we'll refine our definition of what an outlier is. And then we'll also discuss, ano gagawin natin kung may outlier? What's the remedy for doing that? Okay, so these things we're going to discuss later on. Okay, another way, guys, to determine kung kung may outlier is by the use of yung two keys, ito. This one, guys. Asan na? Ito. Actually, guys, ito, si Tuki nito, no? I'm sorry. Itong lower whisker at saka upper whisker, this was developed by Tuki. He's a statistician, no? So this is the Tuki method, and there's another method, guys, which we're going to use the standardized values. Okay, if you recall in your stat, how do we standardize values, guys? Naalala niyo yung normal distribution natin, yung where z is equal to x minus your mean over your standard deviation. Naalala niyo to, guys? Do you remember this? In your earlier stat, you learned how to convert values into standardized values, no? And the formula for that is z is equal to x minus the average of your data divided by the standard deviation of your data. That's how you standardize values. Okay, now, how do we determine, guys, if there is an outlier? We can use this, okay? We convert our values into standardized values and determine any value less than negative 2.68 or greater than 2.68 could be considered as outliers. Okay, so tingnan natin, guys, kung may outlier tayo. So how do we do that? Okay, delete ko to. Okay, so we have the actual values of your weekly ads and your weekly sales. What we can do, guys, is to use the formula x minus the mean. Where's your mean? Ito. Okay, x minus your mean, okay, divided by your standard deviation. So that will be your standardized value for weekly ads, no? Subukan natin, guys. So this is equal to x minus your mean, this is your mean, okay, divided by your standard deviation, this is your standard deviation. Okay, so nag-automatic siya, pero ang gusto lang sana natin yung isa. Okay, dali ha. It's 1.57, 1.58. Did you get this, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now there's a shortcut, no? Hindi na natin kailangan yung formula na na x minus x bar over standard deviation. We can use the standardized function of Excel. Yan. Standardize. Okay? Standardize, what's your x value? This is our x value. What's your mean? This is your mean. And then we have to fix this, guys, kasi ikakopy natin yung formula pababa. And then copy standard deviation. Okay, that's your standard deviation. Fix it also. Now, you might be having a different formula, guys. Okay, iba yung formula nyo, no? Diba? Tama ba? Iba yung formula nyo? Lumalabas ba tong formula na to, guys, sa inyo?
Yes,
No.
sir.
Most likely, guys, yung iba, hindi sa inyo, no? Kasi, ginawa ko tong table. So, let me just convert this into to a regular data, wait, table, convert to range. Okay. Yan. So, hindi na siya table, no? So, I can now, let me use the standardized function. What's our x? This is our x. What is our mean? This is our mean. And then we fix this, comma. Our standard deviation is 14. Okay, can you see guys the formula? Do you want me to increase the size of the screen?
Yes, please.
Sige, increase ko ah.
Thank you po.
Okay. Okay, so let me show this. So that's our function, guys. That will convert our data into standardized values. So standardized A2, comma, what's our mean? This is our mean, guys. And then we have to fix this cell kasi kakopy natin siya pababa. And then our standard deviation is this one. Or better, actually better na ang i-fix lang natin yung row, no? So I press F4. I press F4. Now, why did I do that? So that I can copy the formula to the right. Para makopy ko siya kay weekly sales. Okay, any questions guys? Muna, pause muna ako kasi baka may mga questions kayo. Any questions?
None, sir.
Okay, what are we doing here, guys? We're converting our values, our actual values into standardized values. No? Control, enter. So 1.58. Tama siya, guys. No? Pareho dito sa ano natin. No? Yung nag-formula tayo nito, di ba? X minus X bar divided by the standard deviation. Okay, so that tells us that our function standardized is correct. And then we copy this to the right. Okay, I'll delete this. Okay, did you get guys 2.14?
Yes, sir.
All right, sige, thank you. So let me just increase this by 1 decimal place. So pwede na natin guys i-copy ano to. Pag nakikita niyo yung crosshair na yan, just double click and then it will automatically okay, so what do we have now? We have to determine, guys, we have to find out if there are values here that are greater than 2.68 or less than 2.68. Okay, so dito, finormat, nakita niyo itong 2.751 na yan, guys?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
ibig
sir.
Yes,
sabihin,
sir.
okay, ibig sabihin guys, kay weekly sales, meron tayong outlier. No? So yung kay two-key method, wala tayong outlier in both variables. Pero dito, using standardized values with Z equal to 2.68, meron tayong outlier. Okay, and that outlier is this data point. No? Ito. Yung may sales na 731,834. 731,834. Okay? Now, saan nagaling guys yung 2.68? So let me just explain a bit, no? Kasi, bakit 2.68 saan nanggaling yan? Anyone? Can anyone answer that, guys? Saan nanggaling yung 2.68 na yan? Bakit 2.68? Of course, it can be any other. Oops, mali. Dapat. Anyone who can, lagay ko dito, y 2.68. YZ is equal to 2.68. Okay. Sige, ganito gawin natin guys, ha? Actually, it can be another Z. But just to quickly discuss, so what's happening there? Remember guys, yung shape ng normal distribution natin. Okay, again, we're going to borrow from what you have. It's not a good-looking normal distribution. Let me just erase this first. Okay, so you have this line natin, tapos, okay, sorry if it doesn't look really like a bell curve. Okay, so ito guys yung normal distribution natin. Okay? Pag standard guys, pag standard normal distribution, ano ibig sabihin nun? If it's a standard normal distribution, what are the characteristics of a standard normal distribution? Anyone? Anyone guys? Ano characteristic nito guys? Your mean is equal to 0, and then your standard deviation is equal to
1.
1. Okay, yan ang standard normal distribution, guys, no? So, mean is equal to 0. Mean niya, 0. And standard deviation, okay, so this is one standard deviation. Okay, so isang standard deviation to, and it's equal to 1. Okay, guys, clear? Clear ba? So this is one standard deviation, one standard deviation, one standard deviation, one standard deviation. Okay, so this is 3 standard deviations, 1, 2, and another one. So 3 standard deviations, okay, to the left and to the right. Ito yun, itong buong to. Okay, clear so far, guys? Okay, so this is your z is equal to 0. Nasa gitna. This is z is equal to -1, z, -2. Okay, asa na yung 2.68 dito? Asa na guys? Sulat ako ng bago ha. Dami kasi nakasulat na doon. So this is z is equal to -2.68, and this is z is equal to +2.68. Ito yung z is equal to 0. Okay? So ang sinasabi natin guys, ang outlier based on this parameter, kasi pwede namang yung ibang ginagamit hindi 2.68. It can be more strict, no? Kasi pag more strict, pag ginamit kunyari natin -2.5, okay? +2.5. Ang ibig sabihin niyan guys, more strict yung pag-determine natin ng outlier kasi mas malaki yung binibilang natin as outlier. You get me? Gets guys? Naintindihan? Okay, normal distribution to, di ba? Normal distribution, standard normal distribution. Ang mean natin, okay, ang mean natin andi dito, 0, no? 0. Tapos ang mga standard deviation natin, to the left, negative yung pagbilang, to the right, positive. So hinahanap natin yung standard deviation na 2.68. So yung negative andi dito, yung positive andi dito. Okay, so ang gusto natin malaman, ang sabi dito, pag ganyan, ito daw, any value here is an outlier or any value here is an outlier. Okay, ang tanong ko ganito, ilang percent to guys? Ilang percent to? This is how many percent of your data? And ilang percent to? Anyone, guys? Given yung 2.68 na z at saka -2.68. Na-recall nyo pa ba? Sige, gawin natin ha. Sa Excel, madali lang yan guys, no? Okay, may mga functions sa Excel. I don't know if you took this up in your DSI Lytics or in your other subjects. Norm.s.dist, norm.s.in. Okay, sa Excel guys, merong norm.s.dist, no? So, kailan natin ginagamit yan? Use this when for computing probabilities or the area under the curve. So, kunyari guys, ang hinahanap natin yung area na to, yung pulang yan, gagamitin natin norm.s.dist. Pero kung hinahanap natin guys yung ano, yung ang hinahanap natin yung z value, then we use norm.s.ind. Okay, sige. So, question guys, ano itong area na to? Ilang percent to? So what are we computing guys? Are we computing for the z value or are we computing for the probability? Okay, ulitin ko yung question guys ha. Gusto ko malaman tong area na to. Okay? Itong area na to guys, gusto ko malaman or yung area, yung buong ito guys. From here up to here. Kasi pwede natin siya ma-solve kasi alam natin yung z value. Ang sabi sa atin 2.68 daw. Okay, what do you think guys? Okay. So, ang gagamitin natin yung norm.s.dist. Kasi ang kino-compute natin yung probabilities. Gusto natin maraman tong area na to or yung area from the left end hanggang dito sa 2.68 na to. Okay, so let's use Excel is equal to norm.s. Okay, look guys. Returns the standard normal distribution. Okay, returns the standard normal distribution with a mean 0 and a standard deviation of 1. Okay, yan ang kailangan natin, no? So, tab natin. Okay, alam ba natin yung z, guys? Sulat ko dito, negative 2.68 yung isa, tapos positive 2.68. Okay, then is equal to norm.s.dist. Okay, do we know the z, guys?
Yes.
Yes, how much? Negative 2.68, no? Tapos, comma, cumulative. Ang hinahanap ba natin yung height or yung area? Kasi yung area, guys, yun yung cumulative distribution function. Kung yung height, guys, yun yung probability density function, yung PDF. We're looking for the area, guys. Gusto natin malaman, ano tong area na to? So, true tayo, no? True. Tab, true. Kasi ang hinahanap natin yung area. Okay, control enter. Okay, ano to guys? So ang sinasabi dito, yung area na to is actually, ano? Ano yung area na to guys? 0.00368. Ano yung area na to? What's this area guys? So to the left of negative 2.68, that's 0.00337. To the right of 2.68, that's also how much? Remember guys, ang normal distribution, symmetrical yan. So ilan din to guys? Hello? Nakakahabol pa ba? This is area 0.037. Drinap ko na, no? Renound off ko na lang.
Sir, pwede ko makita yung formula nyo po ulit.
Sige, okay. Yan.
Thank you po. Thank you po, sir.
Okay? Alright, so anong area to guys? Ito. Ilan to?
Sir, same din po.
Same lang.
0.0.
Oh, tama, correct. Thank you. So it's the same. No? This is also 0.037. Okay? So, ano yung masasabi natin? Ano tong area na to under the curve? Ano yan? That will be so itong area na to guys, ano to?
Outliers.
Hindi. Itong area na to, no? Ito guys, any value here will be an outlier, no? Outlier yan, no? So kapag may z value na less than 2.68 at saka greater than 2.68, outlier yon. Yung mga hindi outliers guys, yung nasa green na to, pasensya na kayo, mukhang Christmas tree na to ha. Ito na yung hindi outliers, no? And ilang percent to? How many percent? So this is just 100%, 1 minus 2.037. Diba? Tama ba? Kasi tatanggalin natin tong dalawang nasa dulo eh. No? Yung buong area guys is 100%. 1 yun. Ito yun, 1. Tapos i-minus natin tong dalawang 0.037 na yan. So yun yung area dun sa loob na hindi outlier. Correct guys? Hello?
Yes po. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
sir.
ilan yun guys? Isulat na muna natin, no? So that will be yung mga hindi outlier will be equal to what? Equal to 1 minus 2 times dalawa nito, no? Dalawang 2.00368 kasi yun yung area, no? That's the area. And the whole area is 100%. Okay, so that will give us so around 99.3%, no? 99.3%.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, sige.
Bakit negative yung ginamit dun sa...
Oh, kasi Aki, ang normal distribution, ano siya, no? Yung symmetric. Yung nasa gitna, z is equal to 0. When you go to the left, it's a negative, no? Negative z na yan. When you go to the right, it's positive. Ang sinasabi sa atin na ano daw yung basis natin para sabihing outlier? Ang sabi sa problem, use a z value of 2.68, no? So kapag 2.68 yung z natin, meron yung to the right side at saka meron to the left side. Kasi may mga values na maliliit, di ba? Pwedeng dito siya on this side. Meron namang malalaki, okay? Yung mga big values naman to the right side. So ang basis naman natin doon, dapat ang z doon, positive 2.68. On the other hand, yung mga small values naman, negative 2.68. Because your normal distribution is symmetric. Okay, Aki, did that answer your question?
So, pwede rin gamitin na positive yung 2.68. Kasi...
Oo, ito. Yeah, oo. Oo. Ito yun, ito. So,
And
that,
same lang ilalabas.
ano no?
Same lang ilalabas.
Yes,
0.6.
same lang yan, same. Sige, i-copy ko down ko to guys. Copy ko down ko to. Oh, what's this, guys? Bakit 99.632 siya? Kasi yung positive 2.68, guys, cumulative siya, ibig sabihin, from the end, from the left end hanggang dito. So, ang kasama niya, guys, itong buong area na to. Kuha nyo, guys, itong buo. Kasama itong nasa dulo. Hanggang dito kay 2.68. Kuha, guys. So, if from the left end hanggang dito sa Z na to, 2.68, this area is equal to 0.99632. Ilan tong area na to, guys? How much is this area? Let's validate. Ilan to? Ulitin ko ha. If from the left end hanggang dito sa z is equal to 2.68, ang area na to is ilan, Aki? What's this area?
99.99632.
Yeah, oo, ito 'yon, no? Ito 'yon. How did we get this? We use the formula norm.s.dist 2.68 and then true. Ano ibig sabihin ng true? Cumulative. From the left end hanggang dito, hanggang sa z is equal to 2.68. Yun ang ibibigay sa atin na, remember sabi natin, if you're using the dist function, yung norm.s.dist, it will give you the area under the curve. So the area under the curve is 0.99632. No? So question, ano tong area na to? Area to the right of 2.68. What will that be, Aki? It will be equal to?
Yung 0.99632 minus dun sa
1. Kasi yung buo, 100%, no? 1 minus what?
minus 0.99632.
Correct. Yan. I-minus natin yung area from the left end hanggang dito. 1 kasi is the whole area, 100%, minus this one, this side, then it will give you this one. And how much is that, guys? Oh, parehong-pareho, di ba? So ito, 0.0368, ito din 0.0368. Pareho lang sila. And that verifies that indeed our standard normal distribution is what, guys? Symmetric, no? Symmetric siya. Okay, guys, clear?
Yes,
Yes
sir.
po.
Okay, thank you. So ang sinasabi natin dito, guys, ang cutoff natin, we want to have 99.63%, no? Ang gusto natin, ang ano lang, ang outlier lang is just 0.368% to the left and 0.368% to the right. Gets you, guys? 0.368%, ha? Or 0.00368. Correct, guys? Yun ang ginamit nating parameter, no? Now, of course, it will be different, guys, kung, kunyari, yung iba ang ginagamit, negative 2.5 at saka 2.5. Sa tingin nyo, guys, sino mas maraming pwedeng maging outlier? Kung 2.68 o 2.5 ang gagamitin? Sino mas pwedeng maraming outlier, guys? Kung ang z
2.5.
value natin, 2.68 o 2.5?
2.5, sir.
2.5.
Correct. 2.5. Kasi guys, liniliitan natin yung z natin. Ibig sabihin, yung parang net, guys, na net na makaka-capture ng mga outliers, mas lumaki siya. Kasi your z value is lower, no? Itong 2.5, oh, tingnan nyo. Mas may possibility na pwedeng dadami yung z, yung mga standardized values na greater than 2.5 o kaya less than 2.5. Okay? O, isang quick exercise, guys. Sige nga. Quick exercise, ha. Yung 95%, guys, 95% confidence interval. So, let me draw. Ilang standard deviations yun? That's my question. So, let me just draw that para maintindihan natin. Ito, no? Very quick, ano lang to, review ng ano nyo, ng ano dati, ng stat subject. So, ito yung normal distribution natin. Okay? I want a 95 confidence interval. Okay, so ito daw, 95%. Okay, question. Ilang standard deviations yan? So we're going to use a standard normal distribution. Z is equal to 0 to. Ano tong Z na to?
2? Negative.
Negative 2?
Dalawang standard deviation, di ba?
Oo, dalawa. Positive or negative. Pero dapat pareho sila, no? Kunyari, 2 yung isa, dapat negative 2 yung isa. So dito, guys, ano hinahanap natin? We're looking for the Z value, no? Ano yung alam natin? Alam natin yung area under the curve. Okay? So reverse lang yan ang problem kanina. So guys, if this is 95%, ilan to? Alam natin to kung ilan to, guys. Ilang percent to? Anyone, guys? Dali lang yan.
Sir, 2.5.
Bakit? Bakit 2.5? Sino yun?
Sir, kasi
Sino?
si EJ po.
O,
Sir.
EJ. You're correct. Bakit 2.5?
Kasi po, sir, 95% nung area nasa loob, tapos yung
Okay.
5% nasa labas.
Yun sa outlier, di ba?
Opo, since symmetric siya,
Yes. Very
take
good.
2.5 po.
Very good. Very good, EJ. Thank you so much. So, tama si EJ. So, this is 2.5%. Yung area na to, this is also 2.5%. Kasi symmetric to eh, no? Kung yung 95% nasa gitna, dito to 2.5% yung nasa dulo. So can we now compute for the Z, guys? Yes, we can compute for the Z. In fact, pwedeng dalawa, no? Tama si Aki, sabi niya, dalawang Z yan. Yung isa, dito sa may 95%. Yung isa naman, guys, ilang percent ang pwede natin gamitin? Ilang percent, guys, yung isa? Ay, kaya yan, guys.
2.5%.
Yung isa, 2.5%. No? Yung isa naman, guys, we can get this cumulative area. Ilan yung cumulative area na to?
97.
97.5. Very good, very good. Okay. So, sige, gawin na natin, ha? Okay, so, okay, nakastop na. So, yung isang, alam natin, 2.5%. Yung isa naman, ang alam natin, 97.5%. Okay? So, dapat kasi kukunin natin, guys, yung area to the left, no? Area to the left of your Z. Ito yung Z na unang hinahanap natin. Anong formula natin, guys? Anong Excel formula? Is equal to, anyone? Pag ang hinahanap Z, guys, norm dot S dot in. Yan na, in na class, no? Tama. You're correct. Thank you. In na class, no? So we now use the in to get the Z value. O ano yung probability natin, guys? What's the probability here? What's the probability here, guys?
Sir, 2.5.
2.5%. Area under the curve yan. Yan. Okay? So what's that Z value? It's negative 1.95, 1.96. Ewan ko kung naaalala nyo itong figure na to, no? Kasi ilang beses ginagamit yan eh. Let use Z is equal to negative 1.96. So sa isa naman, guys, can I copy this formula down? Can we copy the formula down, guys? Yes, we can. Okay? O ano, guys? Dito sa kabilang side naman, ano yung Z niya? Hello, guys? Ano yung Z dito? Hello? Ano yung Z, guys?
Sir, it's the same.
Yeah, it's the same. 1.90. Positive naman siya, di ba? Right? O, ito yung sinasabi ni Aki kanina na there are two values there. Okay? But they're symmetric. So, pareho lang siya. So, tandaan nyo, guys, kunyari, pag Z daw is 1.96 or 1.95996, ano yan? 95% confidence interval yan, guys. Okay? Ito yun. Ito yung 95% confidence interval. Yun yung ginamit kanina sa pag-compute natin ng mean. Okay? Gumamit ng ng Z value or pwede ring T value, no? Okay, hindi ko na illustrate kung paano nakuha yung 2,000 something na yan, but you can get that using this one. Okay, any questions so far, guys? Any questions?
None po.
Okay, good. So back to my question, meron ba tayong outlier, guys? Meron ba tayong outlier? Kunyari nga pala, guys, how will you find out kung may outlier? Kunyari, 2.68 yung ginamit, no? O, gawin natin 2 ano, guys? Gawin natin 1.9 yung kanina. What if we use 1.95996? Meron bang outlier? Okay ko dito, using Z equals negative 1.95996 at saka plus 1.95996. Okay. So dito may outlier ba? Ano yung weekly sales dito, guys, na outlier? Dito, no? Ito. Weekly sales natin is this one. So yung weekly sales natin na 731,843, okay, na ang Z value niya 2.751, outlier siya, no? And what do you notice about this outlier, 731,834? May ano ba sa kanya? May something ano? May something ba sa kanya, guys? Yes. Siya yung maximum value. Diba? Siya yung maximum value ni sales. 731,834. So using the two key formula, guys, the two key parameter, hindi siya outlier. Pero using this parameter na Z is equal to 2.68, outlier siya. You follow, guys? Follow?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, if we use a lower Z value, mas dadami ba yung ano, yung outlier natin? Ano sabi natin? Mas possible ba na dadami outlier natin?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, yes. How do we determine that, guys? Mag-conditional formatting tayo. Do you know how to use conditional formatting? Ito kagad outlier, 2.139. So mas dadami outlier natin, guys. How do we find that out, guys? Highlight natin to quickly, guys, kasi magta-time na tayo. Highlight natin. Highlight both of this. Paki-yes or no nga muna, guys, if you know how to, sa chat na lang, no? If you know how to use conditional formatting, yes or no lang. Paki-yes or no, conditional formatting. Okay, good. Sige, good. All right, so I'm going to teach you a very important skill also. Now, gusto natin i-format lahat ng mga values na less than 1.95996 and greater than positive 1.95996, di ba? So highlight ulit natin everything. Okay, highlight. Naka-highlight na? Naka-highlight na, guys?
Yes po, sir.
And then you go to home and then conditional formatting. Okay? Conditional formatting, guys, and then let's go here. Highlight cell rules. Greater than. Sige, maglagay tayo dito ng greater than, ano, guys? 15996, no? 15996. Tapos, how do we highlight it? Oh, may default siya. Okay, so pwedeng i-format, guys, kung paano i-highlight. I'll just choose the default, light red fill with dark red text. Okay, so yan, guys. Okay. Okay, let's see what happened. Nag-highlight siya ng mga numbers greater than 1.95996. So ilan? Yung isa kanina na-highlight din siya.
3, sir.
Tatlo na, no? So tatlo yung data natin na which will be treated as outlier had we used yung 95% confidence na benchmark, no? May anong kulang nito, guys? Ano pang kulang?
Yung negative value, sir.
Yung negative. Okay, highlight ulit natin. Home, conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, less than naman. Less than negative 1.95996. Okay, ibahin natin yung kulay para magkaiba sila. Green fill with dark green text. Sige, subukan nga natin to. Okay, kita kaya to? Let's see. Okay. Meron ba?
Ay,
Meron po.
Meron. O yun, meron, no? Meron dito, no? Meron namang ano na nasa left end ng ano ng si weekly sales ang medyo ano, no? Si weekly sales ang medyo may mga outliers if we're going to use those as parameters. Si weekly ads wala naman, no? Okay, clear yan, guys? Clear?
Yes po.
Yes, sir.
All right. So
Yes, sir.
sige, very good, very good. I'm happy with our pace. Marami pa tayong kukunin dito sa ano na to sa Excel sheet. Now, before may I have guys just 1 or 2 minutes, a little bit of extension. Okay
Yes.
lang ba? Okay,
Yes.
hindi pa natin to na ano guys. Paki-research nga guys para mas mabilis tayo sa sa Monday. How do we create a histogram using a pivot table? Okay? So subukan yung gawan ng histogram. 1 histogram for weekly ads, 1 histogram for weekly sales. I-separate nyo. Okay? Making use of a pivot table, guys. Create a histogram using a pivot table para yung discussion natin, ganun din pala to, no? Siguro gawin nyo guys, pakibago nga ito. Gawin natin use 12 bin siguro. Use at least yan. At least. Okay. So, before we go guys, may papakita lang ako In-upload nyo na ba guys si Real Stats? I hope you have uploaded it kasi kung hindi pa, paki-upload. Kasi kung in-upload nyo siya, dapat mag-appear tong add-ins. Kunyari nag-appear to guys, no? Add-ins. Yun siya, Real Statistics. Data Analysis Toolpack. Yan. Tingnan nyo guys yung add-ins ni Real Stats. Okay. Di hamak guys na mas marami, ang dami-dami niya compared sa add-ins ni Excel. That's why I want you to learn this also. That's why I want you to download this also. I-add in yun kay Excel. Kasi, importante magagamit natin to guys. Tingnan nyo itong descriptive stat and normality. I'm just going to show you something very quickly. So, okay. Alright, input range. Okay, so ilalagay ko to dito. Column headings included. Okay, and then descriptive box. Ang dami ng automatic guys, oh. Automatic. Tapos output range, saan ko ilalagay? Lalagay ko siya dito. Dito na lang sa dulo. I'll put it here. Sorry for this quick introduction. Right, enter. Okay. Ito may outlier multiplier pa, no? Outlier limit. Okay, but I'll just show you. Okay, tingnan nyo guys. No? Tingnan nyo yung output guys ni RealStat. So this is the output of RealStat compared to Excel. Okay, di hamak guys na mas maganda yung output ni RealStat. No? Okay, so dito may mga i-generate na niya yung mga yung quartiles, no? May Shapiro wheel test. This is used to determine whether kung normally distributed yung data natin. May box plot na siya. Okay? Okay, and then may iba pa guys. So we're going to look at this next meeting. So nga guys, sino mas maraming output, si Excel add-in o itong RealStat na add-in? I'm sure you'll yes, okay, RealStat. So aralin lang ng konti guys, i-navigate nyo kasi habang nasa Excel tayo, gagamitin natin yan. Alright? So, thank you so much guys. I hope you learned something. I'm going to post this video. Pag na-record na, ipopost ko sa sa Canvas. Okay, if you have any questions guys, paki-PM na lang ako or chat na lang ha. Okay, kasi time na. Okay, thank you very much guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Hope you're learning something guys ha.
Yes, sir.
Yes po.
Thank you. See you on Monday.